Hi guys, hope you're doing alright and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do, I'm going to do a bit of rewiring in the engine bay for the fog lights and the spots and other stuff. So when I bought the car, the wiring was absolutely shocking in it. There was cables everywhere, relays all over the place, and it wasn't how I liked it. So I'm going to rewire the whole lot, rip all the wiring out and fit I believe it's a 6-gang switch that I bought off AliExpress. So let's have a look at the wiring. So that's all the wiring there. So I'll state of all that. But yeah, you've got one just down in there. That one, you got another one there. I don't know what that one's for. And all these over here. So, but yeah, the cable runs. Some of them run all the way up there. I got fuses. I got a connector block there. I got a fuse which is just wired in there. But yeah, but I also found out while I was doing some digging that I think this is for the spotlights because there's one over the other side. But he's used 3-core home cabling. So you've got your earth there, and your neutral, whatever it is, and your live, and your positive and negative there, and your neutral there, or whatever it is. I'm no good with home electrics. I'm bloody shocking. So yeah, so this is all a bit pants really, and just yeah. So let's get rid of all that, and I'll show you what I've got. So that's the box there. Alright, so that's, I'm trying to do this with one hand isn't easy. So you've got your instruction manual there. So that's your instruction manual. You've got all your stickers there. That's your control box there. So that'll go in on the right hand side of the dash. That's where you plug your positives in for each accessory. You've got all your cable in there, a couple of connectors, and that's your junction box, or your fuse box with your relays in there. Alright, so let's just see how it goes. Oh, you've got a couple of more relays. You've got your fuse, a couple of fuses there, fixings, and whatever. So it seems pretty good. The reviews seem alright on it. So yeah, we'll have a look. See, there's a step-by-step guide. Apparently, this is the, going by this is the upgraded version. But we'll see what it's like, and hopefully it all works and tidies everything up on the inside. So I'm going to put the switch here and feed that cable through that hole down underneath and up into the engine bay. So what I've done, I've taped the end of that to that cable, and hopefully that is going to pull it through. And pull this one here, hopefully it'll come through. So there he is there, right there. So I had to feed him in by hand through that grommet or hole just down there. Because strapping it to the cable wasn't, the hole wasn't big enough for the two of them to go through. So that was a tight squeeze from my arm, because I haven't got the thinnest arms in the world, and I haven't got the smallest hands in the world. So let's fish them out and crack on. So I've mounted the fuse box there, and the cable's going to run across there and plug in. That's the control box come through. I'm going to sort these wires out here and encase them in heat shrink, but also while I'm at it, I'm going to label up what wires are what when I disconnect them, so I know what I'm doing when I reconnect them to the fuse box. Right, so as it stands at the minute, I've connected the ground, I've temporarily connected the live to there, just because I have for the minute. It works, that's it, done. And the ACC, which I've took off of the horn for the minute. Right, so I've piggybacked off there. I will connect it properly in a minute just to see if it works. So I've connected up the rear spotlights to the first one there. Alright, because what I don't want to do is wire everything, connect everything, then go to test it and then find out it doesn't work. So I've connected it all up. Alright, so let's go around here. So there's the box there. So if I put it in here, you might be able to see. Let's see if I can pull that through a bit more. There we go. So let's lay him down there. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's your on off button. So if I turn it on, it's got power. Alright, so each one of these, if you click it, the red light comes on to show you which one's on. So let's go out here and have a look. So there's the rear spotlights there, so they ain't on. Alright, so now into here, and we'll click number 1, so the red lights come on, and we'll go back out, and there they are, they're on. So I know it works. So that at the minute is an AliExpress bonus. Alright, and then what you can also do is push this button here and it changes to blue, and changes to a different blue, changes to white or purpley colour, blue again. So let's turn that one off and then turn them off. So on, you've got green, red, green. I don't know where the white's gone then. Oh, blue, there you go. A lighter blue, a white, back to blue, and then green. So let's turn them off. Alright, so that works. So again, this is why I couldn't figure out back along. When I tried to add a look at this first, I couldn't figure out what wires were what, because I've got 2 wires coming off here, or 3 wires, but then that one is non-existent. And it didn't even occur to me that he'd used household twin and earth 3-core. Alright, so they are pulled out down there. That one, I'll disconnect that one in a minute, and then I'll connect some wires up to it and pull it up through. So that's the Wago connectors he used. One of them just fell apart as I took it off, so I'm going to change it to the newer one, the different one. Same Wagos, just different type. Alright, rather than connect them with bullet clips or anything like that, I'm going to use that, shrink wrap it or heat shrink it, and then it's all good then, and it's just easier to take apart if I need to. So that's the wires all pulled through and connected up. So they come up underneath the light here. Again, I will put them in some heat shrink, and that's the old ones there. So now I've got to figure out where these go to. Well, I don't need the relays anymore, so I can just disconnect those, and then it's just the ground to the ground, connect the two reds up together and pop them in that junction box there. So as it stands at the minute, that is all the cable that I've managed to get rid of out of the engine bay. Alright, so all that is all replaced by pretty much one cable, apart from obviously the live and the neutral going to the junction box. But yeah, it's crazy. So to hide the cable, or the majority of it, I've got this orange, lovely orange cable wrap, again from Ali, and it shrinks with heat, so it'll fit nicely around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the cables. I know it looks like a lot at the minute, but it has got rid of a hell of a lot more cables. So I'm going to cover the cables, put little notches in them so the cables can come out where they need to, and hopefully it'll look a bit more tidier. But yeah, this stuff here, I've used it on other stuff at the minute, or some previous stuff, and it's all right. So yeah, so let's go for it. So that's it, pretty much done now. Well, it is done. I've tested it and everything like that. So everything's working and it looks a lot cleaner. All right, so let's have a look. There you go. Look at that. A lot cleaner. So none of this spaghetti junction going on here. So you've got all the piping up there with all the wiring in going up to the big Wago box there. That relay there is for the horn, because I've got a train horn on here. But yeah, looks a lot cleaner, and everything is nice and neat, tucked away. And yeah, so this side there's, I think I had like 4 lots of wires going in for it, and they were all running along there, but that looks a lot neater. So let's have a look on the inside. So that's the control box there, which I haven't fitted it yet because I've had other stuff to do and it's getting a bit late now. So yeah, so that's going to fit up there. So we switch it on, and then like I said, you can cycle through the colours, and then you got on, so 1, 2 and 3. But the thing I found was, all right, so let's go back to the inside of the bonnet. So according to the box, you've got it set out in a 3. I'll show you. So according to the manual, all right, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, all right, which is what I prefer. All right, according to the box. So let's have a look at the box. So you've got obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I'm guessing that's like maybe a red, don't know what that one is, green, yellow, not sure what that one is, and a blue. Well, over here you've got a red, white, brown, blue, yellow and green. All right, so I'm not sure where. So red, white, I would have said that's green, so they're missing, so they've got that mixed up. All right, but on here, what I figured out at the minute is that's number 1, which is the red. The brown is number 2. And then number 3, for some bizarre reason, is the last one, which is green. Alright. I've not checked 2, which is white, 4, which is blue, and 5, which is yellow. But I've got other stuff to plumb in. Alright. So, yeah. So, 1, 2, and 6 on there. Alright. So the controller has been in for a couple of weeks now. I wanted to give it a good test before I posted, just to make sure everything was working fine and there was no issues and it didn't conk out, because the last thing I want to do is recommend something and it conks out after a few days. So this has been in for a few weeks. It's been on and off. It's been put through its cycles and pushing different bits and bobs, and this is it now. So let me show you what it looks like fitted, because I've fitted it now. Obviously I've mounted it and everything, so it's all in. So that's it there. So it's on the bracket there. Obviously that goes down through the hole. So I've got my front spots, I've got my light bar, so front spots, I've got my light bar, and I've got my rear fuse. Sorry, my rear bleep fuse. Alright, but yeah, so it all works. So it's on, that's on, that's on, that's on, that's off, that's off, that's off, and that's off. So yeah, so there you have it. I'm happy with it. It works, and I know there's more expensive ones out there that do a lot more stuff like strobing and pulsing and all stuff like that. I didn't want to spend the money on an aux beam one for the minute, because I didn't know. I wanted to see how these would work. But yeah, I'm happy with it, and it works. Alright, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. Bye.